right, testing, testing. Look at that, just like that, I'm here. Okay, so I am ready to rock and roll. What I got going on here, guys, I am sweating like a, I'm sweating like a, I got my little mini AC on. I'm gonna have to turn that off because the background noise, I'm not too fond of it. I'm not too fond of the background noise. So we did a little pre-show. A couple of people popped by, and hopefully those guys joined us over here real quick. Allow me to get set up here for a second while I prep. But I am gonna welcome everyone here. If you're here, great. If you're not, I'll wait for you. I'm okay. I'm patient, man. I'm patient. I'll wait for you to come and hang out. All right. Okay. Had a cool week. I hope your week was great. Let's see what we have going on here. Yep, that's what we're working on. Fantastic. And on this side, and actually, you know what? I have a, what do you call that? I have a, oh my gosh, what is with this mouse, man? I have a poll I want to try. I have a poll I want to try, and I want to see if this poll would work. Let me give it a shot. Let's see, which button am I pressing? Okay. All right, I'm gonna put my question in the poll for you guys. And if anyone, I saw it. How's this? The reason I did this because I saw a video, and I thought it was interesting because the guy posed a really cool question, and I said, you know what, guys, they know I love movies, right? And let me add some options. Hold on. Let me add some options. One more. Okay, so it's all right. So here we go. First option. Jason. All right. Hold on. You'll see my question in a second. Just give me a moment. You'll see my question in a second here, okay? And if you're a movie lover, I think you can appreciate this one, and maybe you've already done your own little. Maybe you've already done your own little thought on this one, but the guy that did the video, gosh, I wish I knew his name, but it's a whole video on it. I think if you use the title, that I have here for the poll, you probably you'll be able to find this video. I gotta capitalize this name. Hold on. Okay. All right. I should have capitalized the other one too. Give me a second. Don't go nowhere yet. Born. Come on. Okay, and the last one is this. And let's see if you guys believe. If you guys let's see what the poll is on this one because I'm really interested in this. All right, and start it right now. The poll is up there. I think it's interesting. It's an interesting question. We'll see. All right. So, guys, welcome to the channel. Okay, let's take a look at some. Just a reminder that we have a page that you can go and buy parts. MonroeVacuums.com. If I don't have the part, just reach out to me on my contact page. See if I can find it located for you, and I can have it listed. For the rest of the year, we're going to be really updating our site. We got a new vendor that we're working with. We're going to be selling Simplicity vacuums out of our shop. And I actually have one I need to work on right now. I have it here with me, but it's not part of today's show. What else? What else? And also our t-shirt shop. Okay, and pick up a t-shirt. Support the shop, become a member, help us keep this thing going. I am committing to my channel, guys, and my local shop. I was doing some other things before, and I realized that I just had to commit all the way in to what I'm doing. I couldn't split my time. I'm not set up to split my time yet. Okay. Anyway, All right, and then what we're going to do, we're going to go into comment of the week. And we want to make sure that we acknowledge those folks that are reaching out to us and asking questions. So allow me to just react to a couple of these questions, and maybe I can answer a question or two. Okay, so first one. All right, many thanks for the commutator cleanup info. Okay, yeah, I often wondered how to do that without screwing it all up. Right, yeah, well, you know, I'm glad I was able to help you there. One of the coolest names on the internet, Fry Pan Jack. All right, one. And then he also commented, I guess this is part of my soapbox commentary at the end, also write about the reason we have Pride Month. Okay, you may have to find that a few videos back. All right, next up. Okay, so before I buy a pump, I should figure out where the real problem stems from. Love your Jimi Hendrix painting. Okay, I'm still a big fan of his. He is still my favorite guitarist of all time. Yeah, man, I don't know what it is. Jimi Hendrix just kind of, I took a like. I made a T-shirt with Jimi Hendrix on it. I made a skateboard deck. One of my good friends, Tyrus, over at the House That Rocks in Indian Trail. He has a music studio, and also he does jazz every other Friday. So you may want to look that up. The House That Rocks. But he has that inside of his studio. Okay, so that's where the Jimi Hendrix is right now. All right. So I'm glad you like it. Much love for that. All right. Okay. And next up, thank you for doing this. I am going to replace my pump. I'll give it a try. Okay, this was for the Bissell Revolution Pet. Okay, and let's see what we have here. A few decades ago, when a lot of people did repairs, we could just borrow the right tool. Now, most people would have to buy. I guess the but means buy the right tool for every job. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You know what's funny? I got some really cool neighbors. I think all my neighbors are most. Let's say most. Most of my neighbors are the kind of people that do it themselves. Okay. I have a firefighter. I have a pest control. Has his own business. I have an auto mechanic. He runs his own deal. I have a professional carpenter, and I have a former truck driver who does a lot of his own mechanic. He has motorcycles and stuff like that. So most of the time I just go and borrow something if I need it from one of these guys. They always have what I need. So that's a fortunate situation I'm in with that. You know, what do they say? You need a lawyer, you need a plumber, you need a car, you need a circle of friends. You know. Anyway, I'm about to get right into what we're doing. Thanks everyone for coming in and hanging out. And we're gonna, what we're doing right now, guys, I'm turning this canister vacuum here into a tester. I've used it before. I'm gonna demonstrate how it works right now, right? I've used it before, but then I don't want to have to keep whipping out this vacuum. Let me show you what I mean. Okay. Let me show you what I mean. Oh shit! I started taking it apart. I don't have to keep whipping this out because I rigged it so it can test the nozzles, right? Like real quick, so I can just like eliminate the nozzle as a problem, right? Because if not, then you're gonna have to go in and try to change the switch, and then see if that works. And then if there's a micro switch, see if that works. And then it's a process that can take time. I made this tool here. So I can just quickly eliminate the brush, or know that immediately the brush is a problem. If there's another problem, yes, but the brush is definitely the problem. So let me show you what I mean by this tester. I have a lot of stuff on my counter here, a lot of screws. I was taking some things apart. Let's see how it looks from the overhead. Okay, let me move all my stuff out the way. I gotta move my beer out the way. That's like, you got beer in there? Come on. So, Let's see what the overhead is. What it look like. All right. The visual is fine. All right, here we go. The overhead is. Here we go. I'll move my mouse, and we can try to get into this right now. Okay. All right. Okay, let's slide all these extra things that I don't need from here. Okay. All right. Let me turn on my do not disturb, because you guys are important, and I do not want to be disturbed while I'm showing you this. All right, so I'm gonna try to see if I can fit it in this little box right here. You know, so that means it's, one part of the cable is gonna go in here, and the other part's gonna go out. I don't know. It may be too much. I went to you know, I mess around with golf sometimes, and I picked up cigars messing with golf. You know, you gotta have a cigar in the golf course. And this guy was like, "Hey, Wayne, you like cigar boxes?" And I was like, "Yeah." So this is another one. So I might. It depends on the size I want to use to accomplish this goal. Okay. So let's see. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I already took the screws out, and this is coming up, right? But let me show you. Oh my gosh. You know what I'm gonna have to do? I'm gonna have to find a way to get my camera to widen the view. I don't like what I'm seeing here. Give me a second, guys. This is like really too close up, because you can't see anything properly. and then the other part, all you see is my keyboard. So let's see. Let me lower this. The left. Okay, let's expand this here real quick. All right, just give me a moment, guys. I'm sorry about this delay here. I'm just trying to fix the camera for you, and so you can see it better. All right, how about if I just, golly, man, how about if I just change the number? What's this? 100. Can I do that? Come on, 100. 100. Is that 100? Yeah, 100 works. Okay. Yeah, 100 is good. You guys tell me what you think. Tell me if 100 is good, and I can try to move these. Try to move this out the way here. This is like in the way. Here's my cigar. All right. Yeah, move all this stuff out the way, and I can show you what I'm doing. All right, so here we go. The first thing I'm gonna do, guys, is I'm gonna get. I gotta get this out of here. So, the trusty flathead is coming back for an encore. So I believe, I'm not sure. Let's see if it's on this side. I know it pops out. Yeah, it does. See that? This comes right out. Okay, and do we have screws in this? Yes, we do have screws in it. Yes, we do have screws. All right. Look at this. So yeah, so the poll is at the top of the chat, guys. Who would win in a fight? Jason Bourne, or James Bond, or John Wick, or Ethan Hunt? All right. And the guy on the show, he made a good point. You know, he said, you know what's funny? Jason Bourne. All right. Okay, so now I took the screws out of here. I'm just trying to get to this power switch because I need the power switch. The power switch, and I might switch the power switch to a rocker switch. It all depends. I need this guy out, so I can't do nothing until he's out. Give me a second. You know what? Let me pull out the let me pull this out, and then I'll work on this afterwards. Okay, give me. Oh, let me pull this out. Okay. What's the dealio? Why are you giving me such a tough time? I took the screw out already. Okay, I took the screw out already. What's left? I don't even need this switch. I think I'm gonna use a different rocker switch. So I don't need this. Yeah, I'm not gonna use this switch. I want the switch to be one of those you go click, 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 click. All right. So I'm not even worried about this. I'm gonna use. I got a thing of switches here, and I'm gonna use something similar to this. I want to use one of these kind of switches, okay? So I'm just gonna, I don't need this one though. This one has 3 prongs. I just need a 2-prong switch, something like this, okay? Just neutral and on and off. That's it. And then I'll do the rest from there. Okay, now I was supposed to do the Electrolux today, but I was reminded that I already promised to show this, and I said, all right, I'll take one step at a time. So in order for this to work, I got to find out what things are useful. I got to kind of imagine this and see what things are being used for, okay? And to find out if I actually can get rid of the motor, because I may not be able to get rid of the motor. I don't know. So let's see. Let me open it up. All right, let's see what's going on. Okay, are we good? I think the camera, is my seat just too low, or is the camera position too low? I think the camera's positioned a little bit too high. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna mess with this camera a little bit. Okay, let's see. Let's see if this, is that right? Is that good? Let's see. How's that? Now my head's kind of cut off, but I'm bending down a lot of the times anyway, so don't fret. Take off my bald head. Guys, get to see my bald head. Take my hat off. All right, let's explore this. Let's see what we can do. Okay. Okay. All right. So these are wired into the circuit board. Great. So this here, you see this cord? This is the one that would have led to the front. It was going to be plugged into this thing right here, and that is plugged into that's where the stuff for the rug nozzle. It sends the power down to the rug nozzle. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this to the side because this is ultimately what I need. This is what I need because this board already reduced the electricity that's coming from the wall, so to allow me to use it on a small motor like that. All right, now believe it or not, backpack motors are pretty resilient. They're able to backpack motors are already able to share the power, the wall power. And so I'm not sure if the brush motors are different, because I know some motors just can't hack it. They just can't take that much power. Okay, all right. And I'm gonna use my favorite gloves. All right. Did I add my affiliate? I didn't even add my affiliate link to my gloves, man. It's my favorite steel gloves. All right, guys. If you see my videos out there, guys, reach out to me. Okay. I'm a fan of your gloves. I'm a fan. All right, here we go. Let's do this. Okay. All right. So let's test. Let me hook this up. Let me hook this up, right? I'm gonna put the switch on so we can activate this thing, and then I'm gonna show you that it already works, number one, and then we're gonna see if what we do afterwards, if it still works. Okay, so here's a rug nozzle. Okay, and these are the ends that will plug into that section of the hose, the pistol grip part of the hose. That's going to receive the electricity to tell the rug nozzle to start running. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to plug in my trusty vacuum tester thing here. Okay. All right. Let's see if I have enough time to do this properly. Let's hope it's not on yet. It's not supposed to be on. I gotta keep these. Number one, you gotta keep these guys separate. You don't want them touching each other. Okay. Okay. All right. Let's see if the switch is good. Because if the switch is bad, then it won't turn on. All right. So the switch works. Okay. On and off. That's really it. All right. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn the switch on, and then I'm going to test to see if this vacuum here, let me rest it right here, okay, and we're gonna test, and then I'm gonna use my alligator clips, and I'm gonna touch this, which is the part of this vacuum here. Let me see if I can let me loosen it up so I can show you what I'm talking about. Okay, this is the cord. Okay, all right, and this run is coming up. This is it. See that? This is the cord with the little prawn. All right, and then I'm gonna have one that's already clipped, and then what I'm gonna do is I'll attach the second one. Okay, just make sure they don't touch each other if you're gonna mess around with this stuff. Okay, I'm just gonna tap it to see if the brush can turn. Okay, so first I'm gonna turn it on. See that? Okay. So we know it works. All right. So this tester worked, but I kind of want it portable, and I don't want this vacuum to turn on every time I do it. So I'm gonna give it a try. Okay. Just kind of be here with me. All right. Okay. Here we go. So by the end of the show, we'll look at the poll and we'll see who wins out of these fight. We got Jason Bourne. Now, the guy made a point though about Jason Bourne versus the rest of the guys. He said Jason Bourne is probably closer to. It's like, no, well, how's this? It's Ethan Hunt and Bond is probably closer matches, and Jason Bourne is probably a closer match to John Wick. Okay, given all the plot armors and all that stuff that each one have, because you know, like there's certain scenes where those guys, they're extremely resilient, they're extremely strong, and some escapes and stuff they're able to pull off. So given all of them, I think John Wick is the only one that took bullets like crazy. So I don't know. Maybe maybe it's not fair for John Wick, but still, if John Wick and Jason Bourne and James Bond, if they all had to battle each other on Battle World or something, who would win? You know, just the way they're written, exactly the way they're written. We don't have to take nothing away from anybody. All right, let me see. All right, let's see what we got going on, guys. All right, so we have our motor. We have our power switch. Okay. All right, let's take this guy out. Okay, so what's the only thing connected to this motor? What's the only thing that this motor is connected to? See this blue, these two blues? If the two blues have nothing to do with these guys here, I'm assuming we can disconnect the blues and it still work. Let's see, okay? So I'm gonna disconnect this guy here. I'm gonna disconnect this blue. That's the motor, okay? And I'm gonna disconnect this blue. I'm trying to squeeze that little thing. I don't want to pull too hard. Hold on. Have you guys been seeing these gorilla AI stuff, man? Oh, these guys are ridiculous. They're funny. Some of them are very rude, very crude. You know, but I guess they're talking the way regular guys talk to each other, you know. But man, I've just been having a blast, especially the ones with cooking in the woods, you know. Those have been funny. A whole new stream. It's amazing how they do that. How they do that stuff. Anyway, all right. Let me get the first. You know what? Let me remove this. Let me remove the gasket. This is making it difficult for me to pull it out. Oh, come on. Come on. Okay, so now see, so the motor is out the way now. Okay, motor's gone. All right. So if my mind is thinking clearly about this, okay, we have our cord, which is this bad boy right here, that feeds the circuit board, okay, and the power switch. Remember what we said before, if you've been a part of my channel, the main cord is always going to find its way, even if it takes a detour to like a rocker switch or something, but the main black live wire cord is going to hit the power switch. Okay, what this power switch is doing is just telling the rest of this thing that it can operate, it can go, like go, right? So I'm thinking it's still going to be the same without the motor, because the motor wasn't connected to any of these cords. So the motor don't need to be running or even there for the foot to get electricity. The foot, the nozzle brush at the bottom. All right. So let me take this off. Let me get this out of here. Get this other guy out of here. So I don't even need this plastic body. Okay, I have other uses. Okay. Now, I believe this is a breaker or a thermostat. Okay. One of the two, if the machine starts to overheat, cuts off. That's what this looks like to me. And I didn't look at the schematics, but from my knowledge of these things, that's what I'm seeing. Okay. But so whether I need it or not, I don't know yet. I may just take it apart and we'll see, but we'll leave it on for now. Okay. All right. And what's left? Okay. Well, we're still hooked to this platform here. So let me take this switch out. Let's pull this guy through. Let's pull this guy through. Okay. All right. See that? So he's separate. And then the neutral. Where's the neutral going? The neutral is hanging out here. So let's take the neutral off. We just got to remember where it came from, okay? Oh, come on. Where's my needle nose? I'm gonna use this cutter. Just gotta be careful you don't squeeze so hard. Okay, it's off. All right, so now I'm gonna pull this out. Okay, good. So we don't need that anymore. All right. I really don't even need this this coil either. I just need a power cord. Okay. That's it. So any power cord would do. But right now, we're just testing this. All right. So if you guys are ready for the test, let's see how it's gonna work. All right. All right. Let me pause and see. All right. Let me look at what we got cooking here. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's put this to the test. So all we have now. All we have is a circuit board, a PC board, PCB, and printed circuit board. Really, that's PCB means. But so all we have is this power cord and our little extension here for with our alligator clips. So let's put this thing back on the table and see if it works without the motor. But it should. Right? I think I explained it clear enough. It should work without the motor. Because, like I said, my goal was to eliminate that motor, because I really don't want to have to turn the motor on every time I want to test this thing, and I was going to show you how I did it. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, this is like, you see this stuff here? This green stuff is fiberglass. I didn't want this to keep popping out every time I yank it by accident or something, so I just kind of put it in a cast. Okay, that's all this is for. So don't mind this. Okay, all right. So here we go, right here. All right, and let's turn this Now, I don't think I'm gonna get any noise or anything. It's just on, okay? And then let's see if the power turns on. Whoa! Look at that! Oh man, that's perfect. So it works. Okay, it works.